On June 17, 1994, 95 million people stopped what they were doing to watch a white Ford Bronco crawl down a Los Angeles freeway. It wasn't a high-speed pursuit. It was a slow-motion collapse of an American icon. Orenthal James Simpson was the definition of the American dream, a Heisman winner, a movie star, and a beloved pitchman. But within 48 hours, he would become the central figure in the most divisive murder trial in history. This is not just a story about a crime, it is a story about how one case tore the mask off the American justice system. The world changed on the night of June 12, 1994, in the quiet neighborhood of Brentwood. 2 victims were found, and the evidence quickly pointed toward a man the world thought they knew. But as the investigation began, the narrative shifted from a simple criminal case to a complex web of celebrity and suspicion. The LAPD, a force already under intense scrutiny following the 1992 riots, was about to enter a spotlight it wasn't prepared for. When O.J. failed to surrender, the slow-speed chase became the first ever reality TV event, setting the stage for what was to come. The prosecution believed they had an ocean of evidence: DNA, blood trails, and a matching glove. They saw it as an open and shut case, but they underestimated the power of the Dream Team. Led by Robert Shapiro and later the charismatic Johnny Cochran, the defense didn't just fight the evidence. They put the Los Angeles Police Department itself on trial. They tapped into a deep, historical distrust of law enforcement that resonated far beyond the courtroom walls. Then came the moment that would be etched into history forever. The gloves. In a gamble that would haunt the prosecution, O.J. Simpson was asked to try on the leather gloves found at the scene. As he struggled to pull them over his hands in front of the jury, the momentum of the trial shifted in an instant. It gave birth to the most famous phrase in legal history: "If it doesn't fit, you must acquit." But was it a matter of size, or was it a masterpiece of courtroom theater? The trial took an even darker turn when the defense uncovered the Fuhrman tapes. Recordings of Detective Mark Fuhrman using racial slurs turned the trial into a referendum on systemic racism. Suddenly the question wasn't just did he do it, but can we trust the people who say he did? The courtroom became a pressure cooker, reflecting the racial tensions that had been simmering in America for decades. For 8 months, the trial of the century was the only thing on television, turning lawyers and witnesses into household names. On October 3, 1995, an estimated 150 million people tuned in to hear the words, "Not guilty." The reaction was a Rorschach test for America. In one half of the country, there was shock and outrage. In the other, there was celebration and a sense of long-overdue vindication. The verdict didn't just end a trial, it exposed a canyon-sized gap in how different Americans perceived justice. The legal battle was over, but the cultural war was only beginning. The impact of the O.J. Simpson case on modern media cannot be overstated. It gave birth to the 24-hour news cycle and the era of infotainment that dominates our screens today. It proved that the line between news and entertainment could be blurred until it vanished entirely. Even decades later, we are still living in the world that the Simpson trial created. A world where celebrity, race, and justice are inextricably linked in the court of public opinion. O.J. Simpson would later be found liable for the deaths in a civil trial, but the criminal acquittal remains his legacy. It stands as a permanent reminder of the complexities of the American legal system. The case remains a haunting puzzle, not because of what we don't know, but because of what it revealed about us. It was a moment when the truth became secondary to the story we wanted to believe, and the echoes of that story are still felt in every high-profile trial that has followed. The O.J. Simpson trial changed the way we look at celebrities, the police, and the media forever. If you found this deep dive insightful, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more documentary-style explorations of the cases that shaped our world. Question: after 30 years of reflection, do you believe the O.J. Simpson verdict was a failure of the justice system or a necessary check on police misconduct? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.